Sorry, wrong way, guys. Hiya. How is everybody today? Let me just bear with me for just a second so I can prop this camera up because I don't have a proper tripod. That is perfect. Right, let's get down to it. Right, thank you for joining me today. Welcome to my video on today, and what I shall be doing today, besides breaking the shower curtain possibly again, because just getting ready for this actual beauty video, I tried to put the shower curtain across so it'd give a nice background. I ended up pulling the shower curtain down and the whole rail and everything, and don't even go there for that. So yeah, what I'll be doing today is I'm going to be using Primark makeup beauty products for a full face. These are, I recently did a haul video showing you some of these things that I'm actually going to be trying today, and some of them I have actually done in a previous haul video. I'm bringing you closer because I've got you rested on my makeup cabinet. For a future video, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a whole video showing you everything what is in my cabinet at the minute. So we shall get started. I've actually sorted out all of my makeup beforehand, and I've put them by the side of me on the floor here. So even my brushes. So the first thing that we're actually going to try out today is we're going to try this My Perfect Colour. This is by PS, and it's nude, in the shade Nude Beige, and it's the PS range in Primark, and it is a BB cream. It's usually £4, tinted moisturiser. It's got My Colour Perfect. It enhances and hydrates skin sheer coverage with a natural finish, and it's also got SPF 15 in it as well. So what we're going to do with this, when I apply foundation, sometimes I usually put my moisturising cream on first and a bit of primer, then I'll put foundation on, a bit of powder. But this is because this is actually a BB cream. I won't be actually putting my primer on or my moisturiser cream on first, because when I use a BB cream I just tend to just basically use the BB cream and a bit of powder. But unfortunately with the powder I have not got a I have not got a Primark range of powder today, so we should just be using the cream. So I'm going to put a little bit on here. I remember when I did this in a previous haul video, I did a little bit of the shade, and the shade was very dark. It does look really, really dark. I'm a little bit dubious about it. It actually looks darker here than it does on camera. On camera, considering, it does look really light, to be honest, but holding it in my hands it is pretty dark. A little bit worried about it oxidising, because I did a previous video using £1 makeup and I used £1 foundation, and I was so impressed with how it actually turned out, and the shade looked a bit dark but it turned out well, and I gave it a really good review on my video. But I found that once that foundation had been on for a little while, for about an hour, it really did oxidise, because I went downstairs and my husband was like, that foundation looks pretty dark on you. But yeah, so I'm going to blend this out with my beauty blender. Oh, I forgot under the eyes. I always put a bit under my eyes as well. For £4 it's not bad, it's quite good for a BB cream for £4. I quite like it. So we're going to leave that down there, and we're going to just blend this out. So blend it out, we're just going to pat it in, blend it out, see how it turns out. Coverage wise, if you bear with me for a second, I am going to just blend it out on my cheeks and see what the actual coverage wise is. I'll just bring you a little bit closer because I want you close as possible. So blending it out, coverage, it's very light. I'd say it's light to medium coverage. If you do like that little bit of extra coverage, then I would definitely say add a little bit of powder onto it. I do like adding a bit, probably shouldn't talk while I'm doing that. I like adding a bit of powder onto my foundations, but I haven't actually got any Primark powder today, so we're just going to be using this. So yeah, yeah, like I said, medium coverage. I just wish I'd ever had a lighter shade in this, because on camera it doesn't look too bad. In my hand it looks really, really dark. It looks fairly dark actually. So we're just blending that out there. I probably actually should have put the light on first, but saying that, we've still got the daylight. We're still pretty good with the daylight, so I'm just blending that out with my blender. As for blending it out, I'd say it's pretty good actually using the beauty blender, because I've always been used to using a brush in the past. Well, say a brush, I've either used my hands, my fingers, which since then I found out wasn't such a good idea. But then I started using a foundation brush, the round one. But then I saw recommendations for the beauty blenders, and I thought I'd give that a go, and I was quite really impressed with the beauty blenders. So that is blended out rather nice actually, and I reckon considering it's only a light coverage, that is pretty good. I really like that. What I like about the BB creams as well is they are brilliant for the summer as well, for just a light coverage of a foundation. And what's best as well, it does not look dewy. It does not look dewy at all, and that's what I love. I love the foundations that don't give you such a dewy look. So the next thing we're going to come in with, what I've actually got down here, I'm going to go with what I've got here. I have not got any eyeliner in the PS range, so we can't do that. We're going to go on to brows, because I just love doing my brows. I have not got an eyebrow colour in the Primark, but I have got a contour and eyeshadow palette, and we're going to use one of the colours out of there for my eyebrows. Why not? So this is the long palette that I actually got from Primark not so long ago. This was £6, absolutely fantastic. It's a contour and eyeshadow palette. I recently reviewed it in one of my videos. You get those colours there, and they're named like colours in boxes of chocolates. You've got melted, icing, fondant, martini, kisses, vanilla, liqueur, dream, dusted and cocoa there. And the smell, they have that, it has a really nice marshmallow smell to it. Now you're probably thinking marshmallow smell, it's really nice, really nice. So I'm going to get my eyebrow brush, and what we're going to do is I'm going to take Kisses, which is that one, because that would be my kind of shade that I'd go to actually do my eyebrows. So we're going to take a little bit of that, just tap the excess on the side, and we're going to just do the eyebrows here. It does have a little bit of a fallout, as you can probably, I didn't know whether you actually saw there, but I had a little bit of fallout on my brush, so I just line it up there. I have used an eyebrow pencil before, but I don't seem to get on really well with those. What do I think of the shade of this? It's not that bad, it's not bad. It's coming up okay, coming up okay. So it is giving my eyebrows a bit of a tint to it. It's not bad, it's not bad. Well, you can definitely tell from how I've done it with that one. I actually rather like that. I rather like it, so just going to give it a bit more of a tint there. And we're going to go on to doing the other eyebrow as well. Like I said, it does give that little bit. It does give that little bit of fallout, but I think quite a few palettes do that, so just give it a bit of a shape in there, and then we will go across. Just blow off the excess dust. Now I'm finding I'm doing better with this than I am with the actual pencils. I need more practice in that. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a colour there. Now what I usually like to do with my eyebrows, I like to go over with a little bit of gel, but because I'm using the eyeshadow and contour palette to actually do my eyebrows, not a proper eyebrow palette, because I don't have one of those yet, we're just going to go with putting a little bit of highlighter just under the eyebrows. Now I am quite impressed with that. I am very, very impressed with that. Just going to give it a bit of life there. Now that is extremely, extremely impressive. So the next thing that we're going to come in with this palette is we're going to take a lighter colour and we're just going to do just under the eyebrows just to give it a bit of a shaping. So we're going to take Dusted, which is that bottom one there. So we're going to take a little bit of that. Just brush the excess off there. I'm just going to give it a little bit of shape in here. Like I said before, there is a little bit of a fallout with it. Just blow that off a minute. There we go. And it helps to give those sharper edges. It does. I normally get a little bit of that and just with that. Now that is not bad, considering it's not the proper eyebrow palette to do that. That is not bad at all. The next thing I'd like to come in with is obviously the eyes itself. So I'm just going to get my blending brush here. We are going to use a transition colour first, and for the transition colour what I want to use is I'm going to use like a brown again, but we're going to come in, we're going to use a bit of that one, which is vanilla, and it's light, just a light colour that we're going to use as a transition colour. I'm going to take a little bit of that, just the excess off there, and just apply that to the whole eye area. Just give it a nice dusting over there. And we're going to use that for the transition shade. And the next bit we're going to come in with is for the creases as well. So for the creases I'm going to go with my crease end brush blending. I use that for my crease, that end of the brush. Just blow that off. So the next bit that we're actually going to use for the creases is we're going to use a bit of this cocoa at the bottom. Just swatch a little bit of that for you. And we're going to come in with the creases with that. It's just a nice, really light colour, and we can gradually build up on that. And we're just going to come in the creases with that. I love the natural, oh that's really pretty, that is. I love the brown colours and I love the natural colours it gives. So I'm just coming a little bit more with that. These would be brilliant for when you're doing a crease cut as well. So what we will actually do with these colours in a minute as well is I'm going to be blending these out. So I think I've actually gone on the bottom lid with that slightly there, as you can see. We have these days. We have these days. So I've come in pretty dark with that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a little bit of a blend out, and I'm going to get my blending brush with that. Before I do that though, I'm going to move my legs because I'm sitting on the floor at the minute and it does not do my legs any good. So we're just going to get my blending brush out and very lightly blend that out so it hasn't got those sharper edges. So I Actually, I think that colour is really pretty. That is absolutely really pretty. That is very nice, pretty colour. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to use a colour for the bottom part of the lids, and we're going to use that end of the brush. But before we actually apply the colour, we're going to wet the brush, because it helps. If you want more of a pigment, it helps for the actual colour to actually stay on your lid. And for that, we're going to come in with a bit of Martini, which is that one. I'm going to take a bit of that and apply that to the bottom lid area. And that's what it actually looks like. It's like a really nice, pretty gold. It's like gold. I'll take a bit of that, dust the excess, and apply that to the bottom lid. Now sometimes you might find that sometimes it's hard to get your eyeshadow to stick. Now I've recently learnt this. Just use your finger, get a bit of the colour on the finger that you want, and use your finger to actually apply that colour on, and then blend it out later with the brush. I find that is a lot easier with some colours, because I find that some colours can be really stubborn on me, and I can't get them to seem to actually want to stay on. So just dust that off. I'm just going to apply that there. I love this colour because I love the gold effect that it's giving. It's giving such a pretty, pretty gold effect on there. So just blend that there, and what I'm going to do with this now is just give it a nice blend out and blend it in. There. And we're going to take a bit of colour, and we're going to apply a little bit of colour just under the eyes, and with that we're going to take a bit of cocoa again, and we're going to apply a little bit of that under the eye area. Just get a little bit on the tip, the end of that. And just apply a little bit of that colour for under the eye area. I think I need to apply a little bit more under the other one. Just gives it that really nice bit of a colour under the eyes. So what I'm going to come in and try next, which I love, is we're going to do a bit of contouring, a bit of bronzer around the face. So I must admit, I'm not an expert at contouring or bronzer. We have got a contour colour in that palette that I just used for the eyes as well, but I'm actually going to use this first, which is the cheek palette, and this was £4 as well. It has 4 gorgeous colours in it as well, and you can actually use one of these colours for the actual bronzing as well, but I'm not going to actually do it today because I want to use the bronzing. We have 4 different shades in the cheek palette. You have vanilla cream, you have, which is that one, you have chocolate orange next to it, which is more of a slightly pinkier colour. You have strawberry melt, and you have milk chocolate, which is your darker colour there. Now they do look fairly light, I must admit. They're more like matte, couple of matte colours and not really shimmery. The only slight shimmery one is your vanilla cream, so we're actually going to come in with that first, the vanilla cream, and we're going to use that as a bit of a highlight. So I'm just going to take a little bit, oh gosh, there is definitely a bit of fallout, so we're going to take a little bit of that and apply that to there. The reason why I'm using my blusher for the actual highlighting is because I have not got a highlighter stick at the minute. Oh god, look at that. That is gorgeous. You do have fallout, but it is gorgeous. Now I'm going to add a little bit more onto there, and I shall probably end up adding too much, but that is, oh god, look at that. Look at that highlight there. Oh, that is stunning. I love that. I'm going to get excited now. We're just going to do the same with this one. And as I said, the reason why I'm using my blusher brush with it is because I don't have a highlighter brush. I am so pleased with that highlighter colour. I just wish it wasn't so fallout with the powders. But that is so gorgeous. That is such a stunning colour for a highlight. Just going to put a little bit more. Little bit more. I am highlighter happy now. We're going to put a little bit down, just a little bit on my nose. Just a little bit on the end of the lip area. This smells of marshmallows as well. It really does. That's what I love about these palettes. They smell of either chocolate or marshmallows. Absolutely stunning. Really stunning. I mean it. So the next thing we're going to come in with is, I'm not going to really use a bit of blush because I don't really tend to use a lot of blush. Just using highlighter for the cheeks. I'm happy with using that. So we're actually going to come in with a bit of bronzer next. Now, I only paid £1 for this because it was in the sale, and I thought, £1, you cannot mess, you definitely can't complain at £1. And I love the smell of this. This one, the bronzer, it smells more the chocolate one. This has a more chocolatey smell. Now, like I said before, I'm not an expert at contouring on, especially with bronzing, but we're going to give it a try. We're going to give it a try. Just giving it a light bit there. Guaranteed it's got a little bit darker there. Actually, I don't know, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. We're going to take a little bit and do it round the forehead area here. I really need to practice doing contouring a bit more and bronzing. But I'm really pleased with this colour. I'm actually really pleased because it does give it that really nice bronze colour to it, but it also gives that bronze colour to it without making it look really, really sharp. It does, and considering that I'm not an actual expert at actual contouring or bronzing, I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm absolutely I'm really pleased with it because I just love that highlight. I cannot get over that highlight. It is just so wow. It's just so wow. So I'm going to come in with a mascara. Now, unfortunately, I have not got a black mascara. There is some things I have not got from Primark, but the one that I have got it's actually dark blue. This is the PS range volumizing mascara, lasting impacts. Now, I was quite impressed with this because I have used this once before and I am really impressed with it. You can see the actual blue on there. It does not show up so much blue when you're actually applying it, but I am still pleased with how it actually is. So I'm pleased with the brush as well, because some brushes that can be either a little bit small or absolutely massive. But yeah, well, it is pretty good, pretty good. So it just would have been nice if I could have had a black mascara to go with the actual look that we're actually going with today. But the volumizing part of it, yeah, it feels like it does give my lashes a little bit of a volume, but I wouldn't say too much of a volume. But to be honest, my opinion is I'm not really that bothered about having a lot of volume on my lashes. I do like a little, obviously a little bit of volume, but I'm not one that has to, that panics because they just need volume. I am pleased with just a little bit of volume, makes me happy. So it's not too bad. Not too bad. Pleased with that. Quite pleased with it. Now the last thing that I'm going to come in with is a lipstick. Now, we all know what happened to my lip liner. If you actually got to watch my unboxing video where I unboxed the Primark makeup that I'd actually brought, I unboxed this lovely kit. I had a lip gloss here and I also had a lip liner with it, and the lip liner was gorgeous. The minute that I went to swatch it, unfortunately the head of it broke, and for the life of me I can't find my sharpener. I really cannot find my sharpener, so we're just going to get a light coloured lip liner just to give it a bit of a lining while we're applying the actual lipstick. And I'm going to get a mirror out of, I'm going to get a mirror out of here. We're going to borrow this one for a minute. So we're just going to borrow this mirror and just give our lips a lovely bit of lining. And we are going to find my lid. Yeah, I found my lid. So I'm just going to pop that back in there in my box. Yeah. I have a fine way of actually explaining things, haven't I? Yes, I've got a fine way of explaining things. So the last thing that we're going to use is we're going to use this lip gloss, which I actually got. This is the chocolate molten gloss that I brought when I actually got the chocolate range. Now I got this lip gloss and I got the lip liner for £1 as well, which is absolutely fantastic. It's just a shame that the actual lip liner broke. And on this as well, it's got a little spongy applicator and it squeezes out the top. So let's give it a bit of a swatch first. Comes out like that. To me, this seems a bit watery. Smells lovely and chocolatey, but it does seem that little bit watery. So we're just going to try it. Now, what would my overall thought of that be? It's okay, but it does not give me that full colour that I like. To me, that feels a little bit too glossy, for actually me. So that is the actual overall look. So I want to say thank you so much for watching in this video. What are my overall thoughts on Primark makeup? I shall be honest, I like Primark makeup. I think it's really pretty, it's really good. I love the chocolate range, absolutely thought it was stunning. When I watched a previous video on the chocolate range, by the way, I watched Kami MUA. That's how I got the chocolate range of the makeup, and that's how I wanted to try it out. So my overall view of that, I really do like it. I do feel a little bit like the foundation has actually oxidised a little bit, and I feel a little bit powdery if I come up close. It does not look that bad on camera, but I do feel a slight little bit powdery around these areas especially. But that highlighter, guys, I am extremely happy with that highlighter. So big massive thumbs up to you, Primark, for that brilliant, stunning highlighter, and I can't get over that. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for future videos. I shall be doing future haul videos, testing out videos. I want to be coming up with a couple of foundation testing out videos as well soon, so stay tuned for that, and I shall see you again soon. Don't forget to press that like button if you've enjoyed this video. Please press that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber as well. I would really appreciate it, and it would really mean a whole lot to me, and I see you again soon.